Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is stage 2 of Makuri Islands. This is the chain chomper route. I've never done this one before, and actually this is recorded on Sunday night pretty late. This race was a little after 9 p.m. and I had all afternoon to do a lot of course recon, which I actually took advantage of. So I kind of knew the route, knew the course, and I did a lot of studying and research on what bike to ride, what setup to use. I saw the course had a lot of gravel climbing. Boo. I could care less about that, to be completely honest. So I actually switched the bike from the Trek Madone to the Trek Imonda. That was one of the better climbing bikes that I had. And again, in my quote-unquote studying and research of the route and what bikes to ride and stuff, one of the best bikes I found to ride that I have in my garage is the Trek Imonda. So that's what I rode, and I stayed with the Zip 454s because it was a lot of descending as well, and there was a fair amount of road riding as we're on right now. So, and actually, in other big news, this is category B. I jumped up for this one mainly because it was a late night ride. I was feeling pretty good. My whoop recovery is in the green, hasn't been in the green in a few days. I'm feeling very strong in the C category, and there was only a handful of guys in this B category, as you can tell. It wasn't a huge field, so I thought I might have, I don't know, an advantage of some sort, personally. So on the screen it says 16 guys. According to Zwift Power at the end, which we'll get to at the end, there was only a total of 8. So, spoiler alert, I did get top 10. But nonetheless, this is actually Cat B. I was a nervous wreck going in. It just did not go well for me last time. And I don't like riding alone, aka getting dropped. I just hate that. So that's my bike setup. And I knew from my research there was going to be a lot of climbing in this route. I was feeling pretty good about that, actually, because I pulled away in a few of my last videos. Maybe you've seen them. If not, go check them out, where I do kind of break away or get in the one I had like an 11-second gap on the group on a climb. So I was like, okay, well, this is a climbing route. I can probably hang. Or so I thought. But anyways, so yeah, I was a nervous wreck. I was really kind of psyching myself out. But I kind of researched the heck out of the route, out of the bikes. I knew, these guys are on these Tron bikes. I was like, oh, maybe that's like the best option out of all of them. I don't have a Tron bike, so it wasn't a good option for me. At one point, I don't see anyone on like a gravel bike. I don't really know how to tell if someone's on a gravel bike or not. I definitely know what a mountain bike would look like in this, but yeah, no, just a pretty normal ride as far as things are concerned in this first portion here. It's a little bit of rolling, a little bit up, a little bit of down, and I'm fine. Look at my heart rate, 136. Like, that's nothing. 200, 225 watts, 250, somewhere in there. Like, that's nothing. And below, look at my power profile down at the bottom. Kind of will surge up to 250. Other than that, like, it's gray, with the exception of the start. So this kind of concludes the lead-in. It's just about 1.5 miles, and then the next 8.5 miles, I knew a large portion of that was going to be uphill, and furthermore, was going to be on gravel, and I knew that was going to be definitely a challenge for me. So I wanted to do my best to not get dropped at all, especially on the flats here. So I just did my best to stay with the group, conserve energy. I wasn't trying to pull a sneaky on them or anything. And as a matter of fact, I didn't really think I could. So I kind of had low confidence in going into this category B race. Whereas if I was category C, it'd be like, oh, maybe I should attack. Maybe I should actually go for it off the front and, super tuck on the way down and hold down the power on the descent and this, that, the other thing. Where in this higher category, it's really just survival mode. I don't particularly thrive in survival mode. I think a lot of it has to do with a lack of confidence. So that was the goal: survive, not get dropped, hang with the group as best I could, and really go from there. So let's skip ahead. Let's get to the first climb here. Okay, so this is the start of the Castle KOM, and actually I'm looking at my Strava here. I have done this segment one other time, and that was nearly one full year ago, and I like to analyze the efforts here, or compare the efforts, I mean. So last year, I did it in a time of 7 minutes and 13 seconds with an average power of 179 watts. Whoa. So that's 13.8 miles per hour. Where tonight, I did it in 4 minutes and 41 seconds, yay, with an average power of 293 watts. So I averaged 21.3 miles per hour. So like that's a huge jump in power and in shaving time off, definitely. So that's exciting to see. Yay me, I am improving from last year. Was it in a race last year? Yeah, probably not, but whatever. So anyways, I guess I have done this one other time, but I was. It was just not what I thought. I knew it was going to be hard with the B group because coming from the C group where I'm kind of like one of the top dogs, it just didn't pan out that way. So I was really trying to stay up with the group because I know when it does level off, I need to be in with the group. That way I actually catch the draft when the gradient comes down to that of, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, whatever it is. Whereas if I'm not, I have to like spike the power up again just to catch back on with the group. So it's very important for me to be in with the group getting any sort of draft. And I totally understand that there's almost no draft and is no draft when it spikes up to certain gradients. But when it's not, I have to be in the draft. So I'm really trying to prioritize that, but at the same time, look at my power profile right now. Like I'm doing some big watts and it's climbing, so your RPMs are just a lot lower, and I just couldn't, I don't know, it was like I couldn't get comfortable on the saddle, and I just couldn't find a comfortable cadence. I didn't like it. Although I was feeling fresh at the beginning, I'm kind of quickly realizing I'm not feeling very strong, and that really sucks. But, and here's kind of another portion, like, it's like, okay, I have to catch on with the group. I can't just be on one dude's wheel, draft him as he slowly fades back from the group. And this is kind of the beginning of the downfall. Like I see the group, there's a gap forming in front of me, and I have to not draft this dude. I have to draft the main group. And this is where it comes down to my mental strength, really. It's like, okay, Eric, how badly do you want this? And I basically have a decision to make. So I try to spike the power right here, get up to 450 watts. And I mean, it's 5% grade, so the 450 watts only does so much, especially when you're trying to catch a group of 8. But I try at least, and I kind of started closing the gap ever so slightly, but still, they got that 1 second gap, and so I brought it down a little bit. Now it kind of goes back up, and then right here they make this left-hand turn onto the gravel path that really spikes up, and well. This is it, man. I'm going to be honest. That's basically the last time I see the group. But I'm like, oh, they're right there. I can catch them. Wait, 7, 6, 8, 9, 10 seconds? Like, okay, I can't really close that by myself. This Tron bike is here. This dude comes flying out of nowhere as if we're standing still. So what the heck? Now here's the official start of this, Temple KOM. Never done this one before. And dude on the Tron bike, dude, I'll give it to you. I mean, he kind of took off with it. I was trying to hold his wheel. I was trying to not let this gap open up. But right about, it's coming up here soon, I just poop out right here. And he goes, and that's it. And I also kind of stink at power up timing. Maybe I should have used it just to catch up and be on his butt. But I didn't. So I didn't use it till way later, and it didn't matter. So that was the race. I'm going to be honest. It's done at that point. So let's take a look at my Zwift power standings. And look at this. 8th place. Granted, there was only 8 riders on Zwift Power, but nonetheless, your boy got 8th place. That's a top 10 if I know how to count. With a time of 28 minutes and 52 seconds. Okay, I'll take it. Now, let's take that 28 minutes and 52 seconds, and if I had raced with the Category C people, let's see what I would have gotten then. Let's switch it over. 28:52, I would have gotten 4th place. And that's by time alone, obviously. Now, if I was with Category C, maybe I would have been with a group and been able to push myself a little bit more, possibly won, or, gotten a podium. we'll see. So that's kind of my goal for this week. I'm thinking I think I would like to do this route again, not because I had so much fun, but because I want to see how I would do against the Category C people and really just beat myself as far as my own personal time. So I don't know. This route was not fun. I hated the gravel portion, that's for sure. But we'll see. Yeah, I would like to race Cat C. So be sure to like, be sure to comment, drop some words of encouragement in the comments below, and race me. Catch me in Cat C later this week on the same route. I'd love to join one of you, multiple of you, and have a little fun out here in Makuri Islands doing this route, however you pronounce that. Heck if I know, but nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one.